let's check out some of these rave concerts. This is really disturbing, Brian. Somebody shared this with me the other day.
Here we go! Weekend Warriors. Welcome home. Oh my God! Hey,
They're straight doing a satanic ritual, like right in front of people.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah.
And the dragon. Chandra Kasula. Yeah, so that was a spell that we just watched.
Bro, like for
straight
real,
up.
like what is that? I mean, like, so obviously this is, I guess I'm getting old. Like, this is a phenomenon, and I'll show you a video in a second that I guess these epic festivals and raves is like, is this replaced like the idea of like the hippies Woodstock? Is that they have these kind of techno type raves? But I mean, the imagery, oh my gosh, like that is giant Aztec looking demonic Nephilim type things. Like you saw, like it's subtly, you could see obviously their eyes lighting up red. Then you saw the feet. Did you notice the feet of one of those giants? It was like, it looked like it had claws. It looked like it had kind of an animal type, or like maybe like dragon type feet.
Makes sense. Yeah, the like, dude, they blend this into our culture so much, and this is, it's hidden within things. And I think they just did one at another music festival where they had those giant statues as well. So this is like two music festivals where they had giant festivals with giant statues of these gods in front of them, where they're doing idolatry worship, like straight up. And they even brought a dragon out. They literally brought a dragon out.
Yeah,
And they're spraying everybody with some chemtrail toxic chemical. I don't even know what that blue toxic chemical they were spraying out of the plane was.
Yeah.
What was that
check
about?
This out, Brian.
Like, dude, I would be so concerned of whatever that chemical was. Wow. Yeah, it's demonic. Yeah, that's casting a spell on people. Chandra kiss. I don't even want to look at it. Like, I don't want to look at it because it's so, like, people don't understand, like, the things that they're like what they're doing when they're doing that. And when you listen to that stuff and when you watch it, you feel something. That feeling that you're getting is the evocation of the demon. Like people don't understand that emotional sensation that you get from watching or listening to that content is the agreement that the demon is solidifying within you.
There's something about that. I remember, so I made a video about that holographic video probably about a year and a half ago now. And of course, that was when I was thinking the book of Revelation was playing out. And I said, is that possibly like the image of the beast? Because it's kind of like the false prophets given the ability to give the image of the beast breath and words. And I thought, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like that maybe the Antichrist is going to be involved in some kind of a AI type thing. And I remember just saying, like, when I was watching it, though, I just said, it's like awful, horrifying, but it's also a little bit mesmerizing. Like if I'm being honest, like there's something about it. It's like,
well, it's the demon. The demon's
yeah,
calling
no,
you
I mean
in. It
saying
is a
like
trance.
there's something about it. It is like it is. There's a little bit of an allure to it. If I'm being honest, like I don't.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like I
That's
said,
why I rebuked it. That's why I didn't even want to watch it.
no, yeah, I mean, I'm
because I
saying
could
like that
feel the
there.
demonic pull. I could feel the demon pulling at me, like when you're playing it. And like I know, so you're right. You're absolutely right. There is a demonic pull that puts that spell and that thought and the idea in your head. And there's like that was a spirit of perversion. I can tell you right now what that spirit was. I already know exactly what it was. I recognize it
It
pretty
had that
well.
kind of. I remember when I'd done
Mm-hmm.
a couple of videos around that same time. Was remember when they had that Lilith statue
Mm-hmm.
over at that City Hall in New York, and then they had the Diablo game was coming out around that same time, and it was all about Lilith, the mother of demons. And I said
Mm,
it has a very similar look to that. And yeah, maybe
yeah.
it's like I think it is. And I said I think we always have to be kind of careful about this. Is we talk about Nephilim and stuff and angels and fallen angels, and I think that's why there's not more about them in the Bible, is because there is this allure about them that they are superheroes. Like, I mean, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
why like the Marvel stuff is such a hit, because yeah, there's something about like something that's kind of human, but it's kind of not, and it's
Mm-hmm.
better than us. And not better than us in that kind of way, but what I'm saying, like that there's power in it, and there is this allure. And yeah, I think that's why it's dangerous, and I think that's why like the Bible tells you not to
Mm-hmm.
you know research angels too much, because yeah, we know that the angels are like basically the gods of these other religions. Demons are the gods of these other religions.
I was gonna say there's something very fascinating to this musical trance dance and this kind of stuff that exists. And like like I said, I don't listen to music. I've made songs before and made things before, and like but for the most part, like I try to avoid musical enticement because there is a spell that pulls you in. There's an allure that pulls you in. And like that type of when you get pulled into certain types of musical perspective, the feeling, it makes you dumb. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like, there's all the science that are people like writing music is different. Listening to music makes you dumb. Writing music can make you smart because there's intelligence to it. But sometimes listening to music, literally, what it does is it causes you to go to a vegged out state where I know this is like super like, people will be like, what? Like, you go into this vegged out state where you're no longer here in your body, you're no longer present, you're in this state of, it's almost like a drug, and you're in a state of like disassociation, you're like listening to the music, you're avoiding, and like your brain's a muscle, guys. The less you use it, the less it grows. The more you use your brain, the more it grows. Like, this is literally how your brain works, just like your muscles work. Use your brain, it
Hmm.
grows. If you are listening to music all the time, you are going to be stupid. Okay, I'm being completely honest. Like, I know it sounds like controversial, whatever you want to say. I don't care, because like people that are constantly in the state of absorbing data or information aren't in the state of listening. They're in the state of disassociating and feeling. So if
Yeah,
you want to
makes
get
sense.
if you want to get smarter, stop listening to music. That's a bull lie where they say, "Oh, listen to classical music; it will make you smart." No, it won't. Don't listen to any music, and be with yourself and the Lord. You'll learn to hear the Lord's voice so much more clearly if you stop listening to music. I'm so serious right now. This is a spiritual tip for anybody that wants to understand this. If you want to hear God's voice more clearly, stop listening to all of the music and just like sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, sit with your heart, sit with your feelings. Like, there's a difference between making music and listening to it. When you constantly are consuming it, it drives you into this void space. It teaches
Yeah,
you to channel.
that's interesting, because I
Mm-hmm.
like music. I'm a person
Mm-hmm.
who's always liked music, and I think that, but I do notice on my commutes a lot of times. I think maybe just because of what we do, I feel the necessity to continue to learn. So like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like yeah, because I do feel like that you throw some music on, you kind of veg a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and but like if I say, you know what, I bought all these audiobooks, I should probably start listening to them, or I should listen to a podcast or something like that, and I should, because I'm sure when I do listen to those things, my brain has, I believe if God's given me anything, He's given me the ability to put pieces of the puzzle together and make different
Mhm.
connections. And so obviously I'm sure the podcasts I make are much better when I'm actually actively using my brain, because
Mhm.
I've had something that's like, oh, I call Brian up, oh, I check this out,
Mhm.
I made a connection here. And I do think, yeah, it's absolutely true. It's like everything we use more, it becomes stronger. I mean, there's a point where you need to rest, obviously, but I do
Mhm.
believe that, yeah, your brain's a muscle, your body's a muscle, your spirit's basically a muscle. Like if you ignore those kind of the components, the three real components of your body, or who makes up the person of you,
Mhm.
yeah, those things will get weak. Yeah,
Yep.
so like, yeah, I would say that exercise, and but yeah, like there's really something here, and of course I didn't really kind of plan on having like a musical theme in here, but it is interesting how it worked out like that.
Mhm.
That is something really interesting though, because it's it's not somebody, obviously somebody in my mid 40s. Actually, no, I take it back. I did see some people I know on social media going to this musical festival in like Orlando, and I see some of that stuff and I'm like, this is such a weird kind of counterculture to me anyways, that
Mhm.
there's these giant festivals. And yeah, like I can't help but think that these festivals are all about doing drugs and just,
Mm.
taking out glow
Setting
sticks or
free.
whatever, and just like, yeah, I mean, and if you think about it, like the imagery they're showing you, if you don't think people are getting possessed by demons up in those places, like, I mean,
Oh, they totally are.
have you paid attention to
Mhm.
anything we've said? It's like, because you think about like all the
Mhm.
wicked stuff that could be suggested in those in the lyrics, and even if there's not lyrics, it's kind of like the vibrations, the frequencies that these people are obviously intentional of knowing how it can manipulate people. Yeah, you always hear about these festivals. It's just like people are going there in general. And like I said, in general, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, they are going there to sin. And
Mhm.
we know that obviously all sin's basically the same in the eyes of the Lord. But that being said, we know that when sin begets sin, it can get really bad. And it's like, yeah, people are really opening themselves up and they're really vulnerable in these places. And it's scary. And it's like, yeah, I just think about like Romans 1, and it talks about people being given over to a debased mind.
Mhm.
And when when you see that stuff, and again, I admit there's a bit of an allure to it, but when you're tripping out on whatever you're tripping out on, and that stuff doesn't kind of freak you out a little bit, like, hey, maybe this is not healthy for my
Mhm.
spirit, like that I'm seeing these giant evil looking entities. Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, could they be more obvious that this is not of God?
Dude, they're doing spells. They're straight doing spells in front of people, and they don't even see it.